Okay, this video is for me to show you what I mean by saying that the content all needs to remain on the page without any of it being extended beyond the initial page. For example, these first few pages in this presentation are not extended beyond the page. There's a couple ways that I know this. For example, now I've flipped to slide 6. This is extended down. If I look over here in my page sorter view, I can see 3, 4, 5. I have the whole width. 6, it shrinks in because now I've been extended down. So this causes a couple problems. First off, I am also in view, zoom, an entire page. This is also the way that I suggest teachers to present to. So this has implications for not only presenting in the classroom, it also can mess up our conversion to PDF and when a teacher goes to even print to make their own copies from the presentation. So first off, like I said, you can see it over here on the right. Okay, and then I also know I can tell my page is shrunk in here over on the left because if I go back one page, I know that in my view, if the page lines up here to the left of my little save button, then I am not extended beyond the page. Your toolbars probably look a little different than mine up here, so you'll just have to figure out where yours fall. So when I go to the next page, see how it jumped in over here and it got narrower. So if I move this over and move the graph up, if I go off the page back to 5 and I go back on it, see now how it looks correct. Before this, even though this was in font 24, it didn't look that way and it won't look that way when the teacher's projecting because the page has been extended down. I'll show you again. If I go to the next slide to slide 7, notice how this font text looks smaller, yet it's still in 24, but it's because the page jumped in because it extended down because this graph is too big. So if I move the title slide over and this graph over, and then I go off the page, again, here's my lineup on my left-hand side by my start button. I go, now this is in 24, it looks like it's in 24 because it is not extended, okay? So again, if I moved this down, you can see how it extends the page and by the page jumping in. So we pretty much don't ever have any pages that look like this, but we might have one something like this where we think it looks okay. So if I go off and come back on, even though this is just slightly in over here from my standard of falling right in this spot, it's still not going to look right. Presenting in the class, this will not be 24, and it does mess up with the printing. So it's our best bet to move it up and go like that. If there's too much content on the page, split it into 2 or slide it up as you're working on it.